Alright, today on Cooking TV with Jake on Food Blog, in conjunction with the State of Michigan Department of Community Health, September Preparedness Month, we're going to be preparing some dishes in case of a national emergency or a survival situation, real easy foods that you can make that are shelf stable. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing the versatility of Bannock bread. It's a very simple, easy bread that's made with flour, a little bit of salt for flavor, some baking powder for leavening, a little bit of vegetable oil, and if you have it available, you can always add some dry milk powders for some extra vitamins and richness. So for the basic recipe for Bannock bread, the ratio is going to be, we're going to use 1 cup of flour. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of oil or shortening. Then we're going to add about a 1/2 cup of water, more or less, depending on the consistency. We're going to mix that all together, working it into a stiff dough. Okay, there you see here, I've kneaded it in kind of a stiff dough. I've sprinkled a little flour on it, just to keep it so it's not so sticky. You can easily add herbs, dry herbs, some dry garlic, to make herb type bread. So for a super rustic preparation that you can do camping or emergency situation, is we're going to roll this dough out into a nice long piece, and you can wrap it around a green stick and bake it directly over the fire. Okay, so we're just going to start off, we're just going to wrap the dough around the stick. It's nice and tight together. It's nice and sticky so it'll hold. And then we'll be able to bake this right over the fire. Stick's nice and green so it won't burn readily. Okay, so for another traditional preparation, you can just bake it, or not bake it, but we're going to cook it right in a frying pan. So first we're going to make a little cake like so. Then we're going to add just a little bit of oil to the pan, just to keep it from sticking. Just kind of swirl it around there. And we'll simply place our Bannock bread right in there, and we'll be able to fry it up probably about 10 minutes per side. So for another great method of using this bread dough to fortify a meal, we're going to start off with just your common canned soup. Some creamy chicken soup here. You can use any type of soup. I empty the can, get it mixed in the pan, and what we're going to do is we're going to make dumplings. So we're just going to take our rolled out dough, and we're just going to cut it into little pieces, like so. We're just going to take our pieces of dough and place them right in the soup. When we cover this and bring it to a simmer, they're going to cook up, and you're going to have some nice hearty dumplings to help extend your meal. This is excellent if there's a power outage for, whatever kind of reason. Next, I'm going to show you how to make some barbecued beef buns. We're using some beef jerky, some barbecue sauce, which is shelf stable until it's open. So remember, after you open it, it's no longer shelf stable. We're going to start off with our beef jerky. I'm just going to chop it up into a bunch of small pieces. Chopped up beef. Next, I'm going to add just some barbecue sauce, and we're going to stir it up and mix it all together. Just mix it together like so. So we're going to take some of this Bannock bread dough, I'm going to smash it out in a circle like so. Then we're going to take some of our barbecue beef, put it right in the middle. We're just going to pull the tops up together like so, kind of like a little purse. Pinch it together. Then here I have, just like a pie tin, a little bit of oil in there so it doesn't stick. And we're just going to place our barbecue beef buns in there. I'm going to place it in a Dutch oven to steam until it's done. We're still utilizing the same dough. I smashed it out nice and round. We're going to fill it with some apple pie filling, and we'll be able to pinch those closed and fry them up for nice hand pies. You can also do this process using dried fruit. With dry fruit, you're going to want to simmer it in some water, perhaps a little sugar if you have it. Cook it till it's soft, and it makes a great filling for a hand pie. Alright, so we're just going to take some of our apple pie filling, just put it right there in the middle, like so. And then we're just going to fold the edges up, crimp them down, and then they're ready. Just fry them up in a frying pan, and you have a nice little dessert. So I've lined the bottom of my Dutch oven with about an inch or so of water. I've just collected a few rocks so I can set my pan right inside and balance it. And we cover it up and we can put it right in the fire and we'll steam our pork buns. And just like our apple turnover recipe, you could also in the same pan do some barbecued beef, do some steamed dumplings that are filled with apple pie filling, dried fruit, or anything else. Okay, so here we have our soup and our steamed dumplings working on the open fire. Cooking some of our bread on a stick. Alright, as you can see, our soup's just simmering a bit. We got some nice dumplings in there, just cooking up. Make it a nice hearty meal. Our bread on a stick is starting to brown up. Alright, our fry bread is starting to fry up nicely. Starting to get a little bit brown underneath. Just a little bit. Just going to keep cooking it, and then we're going to flip it over. And there we have our dumplings steaming up nicely. Look at that beautiful color on the fried Bannock bread. Looking bread on a stick right here. It's starting to get done. Nice and brown outside. Starting to crack a little bit as it's cooking. Oh, so yummy. And there we have our steamed barbecued beef jerky dumplings. So amazingly good, yet so simple. Right, and here we have our apple hand pies. Be really good straight out of the pan if you have some cinnamon and sugar available to sprinkle over them. Oh, so good. We have our finished apple hand pies. So as you can see, with the versatile Bannock bread, should you find yourself in an emergency situation, a survival situation, right here we have a full meal, and it's very versatile to work with and can be used in any number of different ways.